NartOutHere breaking down Vitality's Nuke upper split. This is the updated strat. If you want to see the older version of it, check out the annotation above, and I'll link the video in the description box too. Vitality throws secret smokes at the beginning of the round to pull rotations, making it easier to split the upper bomb site. shox crosses over to behind the far smoke, and Molly's small blue, which I'll go into further detail as to why in his POV. He groups with Apex outside mini. ZywOo makes his way into secret. While this is happening, Nivera is solo lobby with bomb, and RpK is top roof. For the execute, Apex throws a front mini smoke that allows him and shox cover to enter into mini alongside a ZywOo flash. RpK flashes sight from roof, and Vitality split the upper bomb site through hut and mini. Nivera makes his way out hut and kills Grim back site, while Apex kills Stewie Tetris. Sight is clear and Nivera plans for mini. Apex swings and peeks heaven, taking the duel with EliGE and kills him. The support players RpK and ZywOo watch the flank. RpK drop down into lobby, and ZywOo watches for the quick mini flank, as well as secret rotations. Both players will come help if needed. The remaining two liquid players save. This strategy revolves around the smoke Apex throws front mini to allow him and shox to enter into mini without getting shot from the side or behind. Granted, it does leave a gap towards small blue, but as you saw earlier, shox mollied it off to prevent anyone playing that position and flanking to peek that gap. Let's go into the players' POVs. Apex will be the mini player entry. He's gonna go yard and he doesn't throw any nades early on. Apex goes through his team's cross smoke and gets to behind mini. The smoke in front of him is thrown by EliGE. I call this the glaive smoke. Once it fades, Apex will get ready for the execute. He makes a mistake and does not check glaive, which is a little box next to red to his right. Apex will smoke front mini when ZywOo is in secret ready to flash. I'll show you how to do so in a bit. Then he gets flashed into mini by ZywOo. He hears Stu jump towards Tetris and kills him, then advances to site and swap for the M4. Apex takes the duel with EliGE heaven and wins it. The smoke Apex threw, Vitality used to throw it from T spawn, so teams would know that Vitality were possibly going to run this strat. Now Vitality have a closer and quicker lineup for this smoke, so it makes it harder to predict. This smoke blocks off vision from back garage, credit card, and CT. It allows your team to get inside mini, blocking vision off those positions. The only issue you have to worry about is that there is a small gap in the smoke near the small blue box. Otherwise, every position is covered with this smoke to allow you to enter into mini. Vitality have ZywOo covering and flashing from secret, so Apex and shox can't get shot from the side. To throw the Apex front mini smoke, you position yourself around the middle screw. Aim a little below this line, and without moving your mouse, you'll move to the right until your crosshair is positioned with the end of the white wall here, then left click throw. Here's the gap that it leaves towards small blue. From back garage you are covered, from CT you're covered, and also from credit card. From secret you don't have to worry about getting shot from the side since you will have a player there. shox is his second mini player. He's gonna smoke red cross and flashes twice. The first flash off red misses, and then he throws a second flash for any CTs going aggressive red. shox will make his way behind this far smoke and molly small blue. To molly, he gets close to the yellow line before secret, aims in the middle, takes one step and left click throw. The molly is for to flush out any CTs holding that position to get a fast flank to peek the gap into the smoke. shox is gonna fall back and group back up with Apex. He'll be the second player in mini. On his way into mini, shox is watching garage in the smoke gap. He had his back going into mini, which could have been problematic had there been a CT inside mini. Sight is clear and shox doesn't need to advance, so he picks up mini flank and watches the gap. You saw earlier that shox threw that molly towards small blue. Going forward, he shouldn't throw it because it could be a sign tell that they're running this strat. Liquid are in a 2v5 after plant and they opt to save, so I'm gonna skip to the next POV. ZywOo's role is to flash his teammates into mini, then watches flanking rotations. ZywOo's outside and molly's red, then smokes on top of it. He does mess up the nades because there will be a small gap in the middle if you're closer to the smoke to spot it. However, EliGE won't see a gap far back towards CT. I'll show you his lineup so you can get a feel for where he is and roughly where he's aiming at. He positions himself a little past the big shadow, or this block here. Then to throw the molly, he aims at the light, then left click. For the smoke, he aims above and to the left, then left click. So you see here that there is a gap in the middle between the two smokes if you're close. You'll see here in a bit later in EliGE's POV that he won't be able to spot a gap from far back. The molly landed fine, but it was a smoke that ZywOo threw that wasn't because it lands more towards red and needs to go farther. Afterwards, he waits for shox to run towards secret, first making sure liquid aren't doing anything aggressive, as well as him mollying small blue. ZywOo waits until shox is done before crossing, because Vitality values his life, and I mean who wouldn't. He wins you rounds no matter what situation. As long as you have him alive, nothing is impossible. Anyways, once shox is done mauling, as well as getting that info that Liquid aren't aggro, ZywOo will cross the secret. It's very important he does not go any further down the stairs, as there could be an AWPer holding, which in this round happened to be Fallen. After Apex smokes, ZywOo will flash Mini, then he swings out Secret and watches to see if any CTs are flanking Mini. He'll turn his attention to Secret in case there is someone lower rotating out. As you can see, ZywOo has no direct contact with the execute. Vitality will have him either come out and help once the direct contact is made, or they'll have him clutch. They put him in a position to win the round. Here's my version of ZywOo's molly and smoke for red. I'm going to position myself at the end of the big shadow before the fence shadow. Aim at the light, then left click the molly. After the molly is thrown, I take one step forward, and then aim above the light and left click the smoke. As you can see, there is no gap. Real quick here, if you haven't joined my Discord, what are you waiting for? I've got new uploads every day, only available to Discord members, so if you want to see videos such as a G2 Inferno mid pop or VP Inferno T-pistol, Discord link will be in the description box and comment section below. Nivera is going to be the lobby player with bomb, solo. He's going to throw the far smoke, which he gets inside this area here, aims at the right circle of the gray bar, then jump throw. The timing for this is right away. Then he goes inside lobby by himself with bomb. I prefer if someone else has bomb, because you never know if the CTs will do a lobby crunch or have their AWPer peeking aggressively. There's no trade potential and you're possibly giving the CTs full control of bomb. Nivera even will eventually clear hut by himself, and I don't know if this was a mistake that he has bomb, even though in freeze time it was dropped to him. Personally, I think ZywOo should have bomb to be in the round, and then he should pass it to shox when they trade positions. He shoots a random bullet at 128, and I don't know if this was by mistake or that he is trying to take the attention of the outside players. After RpK's flash, Nivera makes his way out hut, and he kills Grim backside, then plants for Mini after Apex kills the other upper players too. After plant, Nivera nades heaven and repositions second vet. If your team is planning to run this strat, definitely talk about who's gonna have the bomb. I would not recommend having the player in Nivera's role to have it, unless you take RpK out of his role and have him lobby with Nivera. If you do so, you won't have a top hut flash. RpK has the roof where he will flash top hut through the window. He gets on the bottom end of the right silo, aims here, and will jump throw 1 second after Apex smokes. The flash takes 2 seconds to pop. Ideally you want it to pop right before Apex and shox enter into Mini, so they can't get their lower body and leg shot at from top hut. Afterwards he drops down ladder into lobby, and if need be, he will go out hut. However, his team takes site easily without casualties, so RpK watches flank. Now to some of the Liquid players' POVs. Earlier we saw Fallen in ZywOo's POV, holding lower with an AWP. He went fast ramp to lower, and then he holds for lower push, due to the fast smokes yard. Had ZywOo gone any further down, he would have possibly died to Fallen. When the execute comes out from Vitality, Fallen is going to try to rotate through vents, however his teammates fall so fast that he decides not to. Fallen's going to wait for the rotate to see if Vitality try to hunt him by going down vent. EliGE holds yard due to Fallen going down to lower. He mollies top mini, smokes glaive, and flashes. He makes it appear that Liquid has someone either going aggressive or fast secret. Yard smokes come in, and EliGE with an AUG scopes in to see if there's any gaps. He sprays randomly hoping to get lucky to catch someone through the smoke. EliGE will reposition behind CT Red, and execute from Vitality comes in. He is unable to spot the T's going through mini due to that smoke. EliGE rotates heaven and loses the 1v1 duel to Apex. Stewie's holding second vent and he tries repositioning Tetris. He's gonna jump over, and I think he was seen at the last second. He gets pressured and pinch on from both hut and mini as Grim dies backside. Apex swings and kills him. Grim is holding backside and the execute comes in and he dodges RpK's flash, then goes back and peeks back and loses the duel to Nivera. To wrap up, Vitality have a newer version of their mini split by having Apex throw the smoke from a closer position instead of having the smoke thrown from spawn, which can indicate that they're running the mini split execute. Also, Vitality have a better flash for mini thrown from ZywOo's secret, and a flash for top hut for the players entering into mini. The downfall of this strat is that they have the bomb solo lobby, which can be a huge problem. If you liked the video, please upvote and subscribe. It would mean so much to me if you do. Till next time, NartOutHere, peace.